Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to another video. Today we're here for episode number 36 of Goattville building, and just as I was about to check that number, I saw that this channel just passed 1,500 subscribers. We finally did it, the big 1.5k. If you were to tell me 4 years ago that at this time I'd be at 1,500 subscribers, I'd probably be pretty disappointed, but of course I've changed a whole lot since then. My, dreams have changed. I no longer aspire to be some, Minecraft YouTube sensation. I have different stuff now, so I'm still glad I'm doing this because it's nice to have a nice lovely little community. It's kept me motivated here to do some lovely projects here on Minecraft. So yeah, it's just a nice lovely little milestone that we've reached recently. We finally did it. We're kind of like a low part of this channel's growth, but then again, that doesn't really matter anymore for me. I'm just glad that there's still some people out there that still enjoy these, and that's probably the only reason why I'm still making these videos. I don't know how far Goattville would have come unless I had just this small little community keeping me going. So it's still a nice fun little thing to do, and I hope everyone's enjoying it just as much as I am. So anyway, let's get into the proper video. In the previous building video, we were working on the townhouses down there. We're not going to mention the theater ones because that's a separate series. We're gonna that stuff will be kind of separate, so I won't mention too much about it. So I just make my theater videos a bit more interesting. So it's probably going to take a while for me to fly over, but we do have a couple updates that I built around the world. First one right here is the spawn area. This has been here for it's been here for a while. So this isn't anything new, but I did change up the map a little bit. Originally I had like a map of the entire world, all 25 little, traditional map pages. But since then I've edited things a little bit, and I made it a bit more specific relative to the area. So things, you can actually see the details. It actually looks a whole lot better. You can't see Visby, it's all the way down, it will be all the way down there, but I really have nothing over there in Visby. There's really not that much. No one really goes down there, so it doesn't really do that much for making the map look good. But I think this looks quite nice. You can see pretty much everything that I'm working on. I still have to fill in these corner ones, but these pretty much all up here are just empty grass. And then over here, this is mostly grass as well. So I think one thing I definitely want to do is to start working around this area. This circle right here that I'm sort of tracing out. This area I want to perfect because the spawn is right there, that little green dot right there. I know all of it's green, but that really green one, if we go up there, yeah, you can see it. And basically this is the spawn where all the new people come in, so I do kind of want to make the surrounding area as perfect as possible, because you fly up and then you instantly see, oh, that stuff's not in development, but all of that stuff is, and the world, several kilometers down that way is. So I do kind of want to balance some things out, do some world decorating. I don't know why the world's glitching so much right now. I don't know if that's being picked up. Probably is. But yeah, also the new update came out for Minecraft, in which it was the village and pillage updates. Very interesting. It has a lot of survival elements, but there are some creative ones. For instance, this one right here. These are some just some bushes. What are these called? They're berry bushes. Sweet berry bushes. Interesting. I don't know what they're actually called, but that's what I think they are. And these are just, I guess, some little decorations. They have a lot more survival elements, but they're still just nice decorations. And while we're on the topic of this, I don't know if this is a thing with other people, but for some reason, they were supposed to add foxes in this update. Yeah, there were supposed to be foxes. That was a thing. I love foxes. But I can't find anything in here. There's no spawn egg for a fox. So unless in Norwegian there's some crazy name for a fox that I can't find, then I guess they're not here, which is a real shame. Because one thing I do want to do, I just was looking through all the spawn eggs and I got motivation to try making a zoo sometime. And having a fox would be a nice lovely addition to it. But we'll get back to that stuff later. We actually have a good number of updates to go through, so let's go through that. I'm not too sure if I mentioned this in previous episodes, right? Let's check. And no, that was when I was actually working on it. So over here, this is the townhouses. We've got this entire wall of houses filled in. All of them are furnished. That's the lovely power of World Edit that has, blessed this world. So originally, all of this stuff, with only this building being furnished, just this one, all the other ones are just husks. That stuff took me like 2-3 months. Meanwhile, this took me around 2 to 3 days. So it's quite amazing. Each one is pretty much identical in its furnishing, but out in the exterior is kind of what matters, and they have all their different colors going all the way around. And I should try doing some World Edit stuff to add in some backyards, because at the current moment it's just completely empty. So yeah, that would be something quite nice to do. Did I add anything else? I did add some fish into this pond right here. And I try not to add in any of the big fish, just like some tropical ones, but they're all located here in the center. Which is just doesn't look that good. I don't know. I wish they were spread out a bit more. Let's see, did I do anything else around this area? I have no idea. Probably not. Alright, but let's move on. I did have the house that I was working on 2 building episodes ago. That's all the way down this way. And I did use World Edit to copy one clone over and reverse it. So we have 2 little identical houses right here. I'm not too sure how good they look, when they're identical. We could try switching out some blocks. I still don't know how to use the replace item command, or if that even works for something like this. But for the current moment, the interior is just a bunch of plans. I thought this would just make for like a good little side episode, just to sort of put some plans here, so if I ever wanted to come back, I could. Because it doesn't really look like something that fun I want to work on right now because of all the crazy intricate details, and World Edit doesn't necessarily help me that much with this. So it's still a nice good start to the world. I could always come back to that because I think this is a good part to sort of work on, but I think stuff like this and other parts of the world are more important. Let's see, anything else? I tried doing World Edit for these power lines, but it was a bit difficult. I didn't really feel that confident in doing anything too crazy. Let's see. Should I just do another? I'll just do another cut until we get to something interesting. Alright, so over here in the city, I couldn't find any other details, so we're back over here in the city. And in this area, aside from the theater, we're not going to pay too much attention to that. We have this massive space, which I do want to start working on, and if you haven't been keeping up with the videos recently, I have this little plan up here that kind of highlights what we are doing. So at the current moment, things are a bit different. This was supposed to be the theater was supposed to be here, and then there was supposed to be a casino here, but we kind of have to update this. There's not going to be a casino there. The theater is going to extend its way all the way out to like here. So it's a pretty big theater. So we just do that. Just sort of mark that out. Then we have all of this space in front, and we're going to have this sort of green kind of central park, but not so much like an actual park. It'll just sort of be right here in the middle. There may be this massive driveway which leads up to this gate. And then beyond the gates, we'll have like a little palace, right beyond there. Some royal palace or something like that. But there is some other stuff that I do want to get working on. Aside from the theater, which is sort of my big project I'm going to work on at the moment, I do really want to start working on some other big projects because I have a lot of big projects in mind that I really do want to get started on soon. So aside from this whole Central Park kind of area, the palace I'm not too worried about, but I do want to start working on the zoo, which it will be somewhere over here, which I think will be quite nice, it being right off from this park right here, and it will be bent around the museums, which are right here. So that'd be quite fun. I've always wanted to build a zoo in Minecraft, and I never have. Like, never once. I've never gotten to it. I think I may have once, but it was really terrible. Yeah, I remember that one. That was really terrible. So yeah, I do definitely want to get into making a zoo sometime. And then another idea struck me, and this is a very bold, ambitious idea that I probably need like some help on if I was to actually try and do it in somewhat of a reasonable time, but somewhere maybe incorporated within this, not actually on it, but like maybe breaking off to the side. I want to build a stadium. Yeah, like a stadium. That'd be incredible. I built like maybe one stadium in my past, in like my entire Minecraft past, that like, I think I built 2. And none of them were really that good, that amazing. So I do want to come back and make like some really amazing buildings that I'm like genuinely proud of. All these skyscrapers, yeah, they contribute to the city, but none of them are really... What, am I recording? Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure I'm not, just talking to myself, because that'd be crazy. um, so yeah, I do want to start making like some really amazing buildings that I'm like really proud of. You know, all these skyscrapers are just sort of simple stuff that I work on, you know, in the moment. These ones are going to have extensive planning, and the stadium I feel like would be just the most beautiful thing to ever add. And of course, for the stadium, it's going to be like for sport, I guess, but it's not going to be for, you know, traditional whatever. It's not going to be for football, not even American football like the one I tried making over there. It's probably going to be like a sport that I'm going to design. Like I'm going to make up a sport, and it's going to be the national sport of Goattville. I'll have to come up with like some crazy rules, and I don't know, maybe we can try playing it sometime. I had no idea, but yeah, I feel like that would be something really fun to start doing. Alright, but aside from all the talking, all the planning that I have into the future, we have to actually do some work here in the present, and we're going to be working on this just because I already have a good title. I figured we can work on something that's a bit not as exciting. So we're going to be working here on this skyscraper, finishing up all the furnishings. This skyscraper, I finished like the entire exterior right before we moved over to the new version, so pretty much the entire time I spent building the exterior was is no longer warranted, because now when I do the copying, pasting all the way up with the interior, it's really not going to matter. So it's yeah, that's what that is. So this is going to be an apartment building. So instead of making it offices or a hotel like I've always been doing, instead we're going to switch it up and make things a bit more interesting. So we'll probably have 4 apartments in a floor, and then we just copy and paste it all the way up, and then the video will be finished. Alright, so let's get started. I started out with planning out the elevators and the stairs, because you know you kind of need some method of getting up. There's going to be 2 elevators on the sides, and then a little stair thing, which I've already planned out in quite good detail right here, which will lead to all the different floors. So yeah, I guess we just need to get planning. I'll probably just start doing a bunch of jump cuts to make things, you know, move by a little bit more quicker and more interesting. So I'm going to use this random block that I've found that looks pretty prismarine. Just going to sit right here, and now I'm going to do a little jump cut, and hopefully when I aim towards that right center, it's just going to look like a perfect. Yeah, it's like it looks like I'm going to fill it in instantly. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Are we close? Hopefully. I don't know. I'll have to see when I'm editing, but here we are. It is literally 1 whole hour later, and I'm finished with this. It doesn't seem like, you know, all of this work is worth an hour, but this is just designing stuff. So I went through a whole lot of variants of different designs, and I don't know why, but for some reason recently, I've just been putting way too much effort into making sure that this stuff turns out like best of quality possible. Like I went through like 6 different designs before I finally settled on this one. So yeah, it'd be like that. So anyway, I guess I just sort of tore you around the space. So here is the stairs and the 2 elevators, which come off from there, of course, but there's a 3rd elevator right here, which is a freight elevator. So if you have like big furniture and stuff like that, it's easy to get up. See, I was thinking ahead. And then over here, these little hallway things lead to the different rooms. There are 4 rooms on this floor, just as I have foreseen. Yes. So if we go in this one, this is I think this one's a little bit smaller, but it still works pretty good. Here's like a little dining table right here. That's what this is supposed to be. The orange is supposed to be furniture. Meanwhile, the red is like solid walls. So think like red can't move, orange can be moved. Yeah. And then there's just some counters over here, which actually that doesn't make sense. Counters can't really move, but just think of orange as furniture. So there's some counters right here. Here's a little food closet, as I like to call them. And then over here, living room with a beautiful view out to the growing city. And then down here, this leads to a bedroom, and the bathroom is right here. So it's not like a full, apartment. It's kind of just like a single bedroom, single bathroom. I did want to make them bigger, but I just didn't have the space, not at all. So I just have to settle on this. And then this one, we have a different layout here. Here's just a little, I don't know really what this is. It's just supposed to be like a closet in here, and then just something else here, so it wasn't just a boring hallway leading all the way down, but it still kind of is. The other one that I made isn't that bad, but here is the bathroom, and then here's a laundry room, I think. Yeah, that's for laundry. And then over here, this leads to the bedroom. yeah, it's a little bit weird how it goes like that, but I literally had no idea how to do it anyway else. Here's the living room. These are couches, table, a little television up there with a pretty nice view of the theater being built up. And over here's the kitchen, and then the dining room off here in the corner. So, yeah, this one's probably like the weirdest design, but you know, it had to be like that. And I would have gone with this one, but that one had a window in the corner. Meanwhile, that one did not, so it was really hard to work around that. And then for this one, it's pretty much the same all the way through here. That's the bathroom right there. This is for laundry. Here's the living room, like that. Not really room. I don't know why I keep saying room. Here's the dining area. We'll use that word. Here's an office, which is it's like an exclusive to this. So it's like a kind of office which breaks off. That's like incredibly massive in comparison to the remainder of it. And it has like a nice lovely view of that as well. I just had this space in the middle that I didn't really know how to split, so I decided to give to these people. And then over here, back here is the kitchen in the corner, and then the bedroom right there. And then for this room, it's just identical to the one on that side. So it was quite difficult getting all of this. I originally had plans to put like an elevator for each apartment. So like there'd be an elevator that led exclusively to that one and then that one. And then right here, I'd put the elevator here, and then like a hallway would break off leading to there, and that's how I was going to use this space. But you know, I went through all those designs and I finally came across this. I'm actually glad I came across this, but I'm not glad in terms of how much time it took. I've spent way too much time on this. I don't really have that much time left, so unfortunately I do have to end the episode around now. I do think I spent plenty of time earlier in the episode recapping some of the other stuff, so hopefully that filled up the video's time. In between episodes, I'll probably try and figure out, I'll do some of the furnishing. Shouldn't be too difficult. I just have to build up the walls and do some simple furnishing, which I know just doesn't take that long, and then roll it up. Not too bad. So hopefully in the next episode we can work on something interesting, and by interesting I mean specifically this area. We can start working on like hopefully I'll have most of this planned out. We can start filling in all the big stuff for this like Central Park area, because if we can get this done quickly, and then hopefully we can do some work over here, fixing up the train station area, putting in some restaurants right there on the corner, and then right here off the museums I'm going to put a few kind of tourist trap areas, as in like gift shops and stuff, maybe a few other like ridiculously expensive restaurants, you know, just as it would be. Actually no, the zoo would start right here. Yeah, the zoo would start here and would sort of make an L shape right around that. So hopefully we can start on some of that stuff soon, because I'm really looking forward to getting started on some of that. So yeah, if you made it this far, what should you type in the comments? Type in the comments just 590. That's my X coordinate at the moment. So just type in 590. No one will know what you were talking about. So yeah, I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.